Where I grew up, Shady Lane Apartments. Let's take a ride. We got the kids out this morning. All of this is new. Wasn't none of this here when I grew up, as far as the gate. But the apartments or the little huts or whatever, they was always here. Normally the front end up here was for the older people, stayed in the front section when I was growing up. This here is new too, that wasn't there. That's always been there. And the park back there right behind it. But they changed a lot of it out. I had a homie, rest in love, Jamie Frank. He shot two guys right here, one in the head and in the shoulder right here from a long time ago, growing up in the hood. This was our block, man. It was one way in, as you see, and one way out. I actually grew up in this next section, but this section too as a teenager. My older cousin, who I call my sister, she stayed in that one. So we grew up in this block, but this next block over here, in the middle one, is where we started at. My grandmother started back in the day. My grandmother used to live in this one right here. And I have my aunt. And then we stayed with my aunt in this apartment right here. And then I had a aunt stay in that apartment. I had family stay down here on this block. Like, this was where we grew up at, family. And you know what? My first friend, Chris Walker, he actually stayed right here. And I remember walking over saying, "Hey, man, what's your name?" And introduced myself to him, man. And we ended up becoming real good friends. But it was because I introduced myself. But it was actually right there, though. A lot done changed, man. As you see, I'm about to show it to you. The roads are terrible. Look like they about to start working on them, I guess. I'm hoping that's what they're about to do. They got some connexes over here, like they've been doing some renovations or doing some renovations. But this is the block, man. And y'all remember, I don't know, I did a video one time talking about Killer Man football. This was the Killer Man football field, man. And I know a lot of homies ain't been back just to really reflect on it. But the Killer Man football field was this field right here. I had an aunt actually stayed over there where they at. How y'all doing this morning? But this field right here, this was the Killer Man football field. Family members there, you know. We had family staying where they live right now. My aunt. And this is where we played Killer Man. Well, I tell you, a lot of people got busted up out here and end up hitting the sidewalks and bruising themselves and losing teeth and all type of stuff, man. It was serious, family. But it's cool to come back here now because growing up, man, this was like my safe haven. You know what I mean? Like, I used to enjoy coming here, man. It was the projects that it was a lot of family here, a lot of love here, a lot of action, a lot of fighting, a lot of drama. Like, I remember one time, actually, where I'm standing at right here, my dad and my cousin Mick was working on a car working on a battery, and the battery exploded in their face, man. My dad went blind for a couple days and stuff. I'll never forget that. But this is my hood, man. This is actually where I grew up at. This is the projects that I claim. It's Shady Lane. When I moved down here from Denver, because I was born in Little Rock, and I was raised in Denver and here. But when I came back as a young child, old enough to, I probably 7, something like that, 8, when I came back. And my mom and them actually moved back into the projects, and my grandmother was actually staying in this unit right here. So it's a lot of history over here, man. It's a lot of family. It's a lot of doors got closed, a lot of doors got open, man. Family, I'm telling you, it was real over here. So to come over here now and just to see the way it is, and knowing that they now are renovating the insides and making them a little bit better. But you got to think, man, buildings like this, they structurally sound. All they do is come in and just keep the insides, fresh paint, put some new flooring or something on the floor or whatever. But it's pretty much basic, man. The only thing that we see them rice mills, there's always been some back there, but they tore them down, put some big ones, but they wasn't like that. So that's new too. It wasn't like that growing up. So they didn't gain some money over there, harvest rice. But this is where I grew up at. And this is Shady Lane. And this is the beginning stages of when I got my hog on. Me just being independent, growing up here, coming into a different project, meeting people, man, and making it my home. I've seen a lot go on over here. Like I say, a lot of fights, a lot of drama, a lot of laughter, a lot of food, a lot of, it's a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But just to think about it now, man, it's amazing, family. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's amazing to see it right now. So just wanted to share some of my experiences with you, my travel in life, where I've been, where I'm going. But this is where I started, in Arkansas. As being conscious, this was the projects that I represent, Shady Lane. I even see cameras over here now. They wasn't here, but they here now on different ones. Y'all be blessed.